welcome back to our M252 mortar progression videos. Up until this point, we have conducted orientation for the mortar system, identified the tools needed to determine distance and direction to our target, computed the firing data so that way we can place it on our M67 site. We've conducted the round inspection and then the process for firing the first round, and then we determined the fire commands leading into that first round being fired. And now we're going to cover the adjustment process for that fire mission. So a few things to note. The adjustment process can be conducted by the individual firing the mortar system, or it can be conducted by a forward observer in a different location. For the forward observer, they can be in any location on the map. However, something to note is if they are viewing the target with a difference of 500 mils to 2700 mils, that will provide a concept called angle T, and it will change the correction concept for those rounds to go on target. So corrections for the target left and right are deflection changes, add and drop are elevation changes. So if our round lands far on Alpha Bravo 0005 here in Province, we're going to get a drop X amount. So if it lands far in this wood line, drop 200 or drop 100, and then our next round should impact below it. After that, we'll receive a add 50 or a add 100, and then it will place it above it or on target. This concept is called bracketing. For the left and right, obviously if the round lands far left, they'll receive a left, or in this case right, X distance, and then same concept on the other side. If it lands far right, they'll receive a left correction. These corrections for left, right, add, and drop can be given at the same time. So left 500, drop 400. From there, you would begin the bracketing process. Add 200, drop 100, add 50, fire for effect. So again, this can be conducted by the individual firing the mortar system if they have line of sight of that target, but in this case we do not. So we have a established forward observer, super duper paratrooper, quote unquote, observing the rounds for us. But for instruction purposes, we're going to hop into GM, see where the round impacts, and then add and drop from there. So moving back into the character, our fire mission was one gun, HE, one round and adjust, 5 rounds fire for effect, deflection 3724, charge 2, elevation 1055, when ready. However, I already identified that the round will be landing far, so we're going to change that elevation to 1080. So we're going to go ahead and fire that first round, ensuring that the data is correct. On the site, we're going to grab our round, ensure that it's an HE, check those fuses, make sure there's 2, shot over. So once the round is fired, the mortar team is going to call shot over. The FO will then say shot out. This is him confirming that the round is on the way and that he needs to observe the rounds on the objective. So for us, we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so at this time, we have seen that the round is landing far. So we will receive a drop 400. We're going to send 1215. HE, charge 2. Shot over. Shot out. Splash out. Alright, now we're short. So again, that bracketing concept is now in effect. So we did drop 400. Now we're going to add 200. 1180. HE, charge 2. Waiting for that impact. Splash over. Splash out. And I would consider that to be rounds on target. So within that 50-meter radius, we're going to go ahead and say that that's moving us into the fire for effect phase. Alright, so that is adjustment of the rounds. From that point, the FO would say add 50 fire for effect, and then that would go into those 5 rounds HE in the fire for effect, which we will cover in the next video. As always, if you have any questions or further concerns for the mortar system, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. We'll cover it in a future video.